Hi, just a small announcement saying that I'm not going to upload all IVL tourney videos on my main channel. So there is a second channel here for those of you who want to watch everything that's not just the highlights. I'm going to put the link in the description. It's just for the people who want it. But aside from that, have an enjoyable day. Bye-bye. Welcome to week 3, day 2, match 3, game 1, first half of basically the last game of our, last game of day 2. We're going to be able to see MRC VS WBG here, with a female dancer coming out finally against opera singer. And then Alex this time will be bringing Warp with trump card detention. Who are we first chasing? We're first chasing Huatsu here, who's going to play Aeroplanist early game. Can definitely kai Opera. It's more or less just I feel like Opera is a little bit too slow early game against Aeroplanist. Yes, the Aeroplanist has been nerfed, but aside from that, we're going to be able to get the first chase here immediately started. That's going to be hover away immediately towards the other side of the map right now. Alex didn't really get that shadow out properly, so that's going to be a shadow fail from WBG Alex. Alex, on the other hand, still trying to look after that Aeroplanist, but even so, with that in mind, Aeroplanist being able to rotate towards the double pallet 1 window here. We do have Warp reading the next 3 seconds. Right after Aeroplanist uses his next jetpack, we most likely will be able to utilize Warp here just to catch up towards him immediately. Seems like now we're going to be, pushing ourselves down towards the other area. That's going to be Warp coming out right here as well. That was first introduced me to NAU, but it seems like for a CN server, we finally decided to use it as well instead of Patient. And of course, first hit they're registered in exchange for a Warp. Overall, not too bad. You can consider it as a, one-to-one exchange. Just think about that Warp as a blink. We're going to be able to get a TP over, and that's going to be another jetpack away from the area. But it seems like we cancelled one of the jetpacks there, just it didn't come out properly. But with that in mind, it's around 90 seconds by the time that we actually get the chair here. Meanwhile, during that time, AI Sensei, on the other hand, it's going to go up towards 23.27% for formal elimination. I was just checking the quality there. It seems like 720p for some odd reason. But anyways, with that in mind, check out here, Wendy coming for the rescue, Widely on towards the board right now. But Widely, of course, has to be careful of the double down situation here still. We did manage to get a hit here. We're going to break the pallet, and it seems like we aren't rescuing anytime soon. 25% elimination share progress here on towards the survivor. We're going to be able to hit Xiao Xiao here, and can we target the Widling? We seem like we won't be doing that anymore, and that's going to be the Aeroplane. It's no items remaining. It's around 3 Cypher Machine decoding progress here. It's around 3 Cypher Machine decoding progress right here, and it seems like Huatsu will be going down towards the corner right here. We don't have that much chairs nearby here to use except for the one near 4th stop, so this will take, no, we do have one near the bridge. But it seems like we want the chair back here. He definitely got rid of the chair nearby though. He didn't. Okay. It's a bit more surprising that he didn't. Most likely because he doesn't want to be found by the hunter just yet, since Gardner does only have a borrowed time at the end of the day. But even so, that's going to be a teleportation back here immediately. Didn't really see Gardner's head popping out from the rails there as well at 4th stop. And Bubble coming out. Like, as long as we can guarantee a no damage rescue, it's great. But with the last Cypher Machine here, yeah, the Cyphers are pretty spread far apart, too close to towards each other. Well, one at 1 stop each, 1st and 4th stop, another one just in between. As long as you get Nanako decode the one at 1st stop here, you can't really map control or Cypher control that much. So with the Aeroplanist here going down, the only place you can chair that's viable is going to be Bridge, because that's the fastest place where you can chair. Yes, you still do have Warp, but I think going after Gardner in here might be the best possible scenario here for us. We're going to go towards the other side of the map right now, wanting to look after the female dancer instead, because female dancer does have fast music boxes to speed up the decoding progress. But it seems like right now we're going to deploy quite a few slow music boxes down. That's going to be the drop down there, realizing female dancer is a little bit further away to actually give any threat. But with a little bit of a faulty shadow leap, shadow dash, shadow leap, whatever you want to call it. Female dancer really is just another slow music box being popped down. If we're not going to pop down in our slow music box anytime soon, we didn't get the hit over the pallet, surprisingly. And it seems like Female Dancer wouldn't be able to survive any longer with a flywheel there coming in. Very beautiful damage mitigation, but it's going to be exchanged there for a pallet stun and another normal hit. We're currently looking at the Cypher Machine decoding progress. Sees where Gardner is. Gardner is the one currently who is at the most danger. The Cypher Machine is on 91%. That is fast, but even with 91% Cypher Machine right there, it seems like we are going to catch up towards the survivors here pretty fast. While Gardner is going to run towards other shadow, we do have Shadow Strike here left to use, and we're going to be able to dash here and immediately get the hit down. Now then, we're starting the other Cypher Machine there close towards second stop. We do see Wilding nearby as well, but if Wilding can be forced with the rescues here right after half, I don't think we actually can finish the Cypher Machine on time. But for Xiaoxia right here, if he decides to walk instead of crouch, you might be found here immediately with the Tinnitus coming out there immediately. This is a 30-second board. 30-second board, Gardner just on chair by the way. So 47% decoding progress. We could definitely we could force the rescue here immediately. But then, like, Wilding can definitely just rescue. We got hit right over the pallet. This is pretty bad right here. Wilding better be able to get the rescue, but it seems like Gardner. No, Wilding's gonna go down here immediately. We could potentially, we could go after Gardner here. We could go after Gardner here, but it seems like the bubble is over. Let's go share the Wilding then. Let's go share the Wilding. And sharing Wilding here will be for the better idea. Gardner wanting to get in between the pallets here just so she can get the perfect rescue, but we have to be very careful in what we do. We're going to be able to get the Terror Shock here, but it seems like the Cypher Machine will be fine. We're at the other side of the map right there, not map palette. And Xiaodi, yes, you do have movement speed boost, but doesn't matter. No, it does not against an opera singer. Meanwhile, Xiaoxia on the other side of the map right now. We're going to have to check Gardner here first, which will be our utmost priority, and then go after the Wildling, If we want to, we could even teleport and then maybe TP back, because you do have 12 seconds on mind right there. But even so, Wildling's going to be found here immediately as well. Wildling, you just barely got on board right there. You do have one long pallet to play around, so unless Alex decides to break that pallet, I think it'll be pretty hard for us to actually be able to get much. And then Wilding trying to go upstairs here. Seems like Dungeon is on the other side of the map right now. Not on the other side of the map, but on the other side of the building right now. We do know where Dungeon is. Alex is trying to leave some shadows in between the area. And it seems like Wilding's going to go straight into towards basement. We want to wait for detention to be over. But we still do think that Wilding's upstairs. We're waiting for Shadow Dance to be ready. We're just waiting for Shadow Dance to be ready. This is either going to be a 3-man or a 2-man. So we're going to be able to go upstairs here. We do have Shadow Dance ready, or trying to have a look right now. We're going to dance down, but it doesn't seem like there's anyone nearby. 40 seconds left on towards detention. We still missed that dash there. So Alex is not having a good time. If we go down the basement here, we might be able to find someone. We don't see anyone on the outside. We don't see anyone outside. We believe that Wilding went away, but if Wilding can buy enough time here, even if you can get on board, right, it doesn't really matter. 17 seconds left on towards the clock right now. We need to... The only place left really is basement. So it seems like we're going to be able to see basement right here, but we missed a dash. So with 6 seconds left on towards the clock right here, Xiao, a little bit of a dangerous area here currently. The tension is going to be over though. We did get a hit, but we did get stuck there. Wildling got stuck, and let's congratulate the trim elimination here for Alex, and moving on straight towards second half. Second half, we're going to be able to see Xiaozong here with Ivy with Warp actually wouldn't be too bad against this team, especially after Cordy's gun support, especially after both Cheerleader and Aeroplanist item consumption there too. Then this will be week 3, day 2, match 3, game 1, second half of MRC versus WBG, with trump card attention here on Ivy's persona trait. It seems like we are going to be able to see Xiaozong running straight towards the rescuer though. Persica running coordinator this time is a little bit surprising to me. I'm quite sure Lon's the coordinator main here, but I guess But I guess there's not a lot of main. Well, Persica doesn't really. I guess we ban Puppeteer. Puppeteer doesn't really work against Ivy Sally, but it's going to be stronger attention here with Hunt, by the way. Hunt is a pretty good persona trait, especially for the Ivy as well. But even so, we didn't look back. We wanted to predict that the Hunter was looking back, but he wasn't. So we're going to look after Persica right here. We want to get in between an area where it's pretty hard, but that's not the best case scenario, right? If it was me, I probably would have waited for Coordinate to get in between the pallets or even the windows nearby, just so you can lock the area. But we did get the Scream right there, and in this case scenario, we did get the second one. Persica will be able to vault over the pallet because the Ivy got stuck there, which is unfortunate, and there is no rescuer nearby to get rid of this Coordinator. So right now, Cordy, we didn't get the first hit there initially, which is really bad, and right now we could get a gun out, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be necessary. Flywheel did come out alongside with the Palace people, but it doesn't seem like it'll be enough against an Ivy with Hunt. But even so, with that in mind, we do have Warp ready. We are going to be able to lock Persica away from this area. 72% stack. We want to get around 90 gun and then cancel it off, but it seems like right now it might be a little bit hard. 86, 100 straight towards Persica, but the gun came out pretty clutch right there. Very nice prediction there made by our Coordinator, and with the Cordy here, that's going to be an immediate teleport in as well. We're waiting for our next relevation screen, and it seems like that's going to be a 2-minute containment. But a 2-minute containment here, even though we didn't do a lot of map pressure, we don't really have that much Cypher machines. There is a basement nearby. We could share basement for a double down situation, but it seems like Chelton right now wants to start map controlling here as soon as we can. Thinking that the Cypher machine are probably 3.5. It's around 2.5. It's around 3 Cypher machines here, honestly. They're just pretty spread apart. And we do have 2 slow decoders on the team as well, which is a cheerleader and the wildling. So with the wildling here, you're going to be able to get 100, well, you're going to be able to get 24 stacks. And when the 24 stacks right here, that's going to be the leash. That's going to be 60 stacks. We are going to be able to get the no damage rescue right here and Coordinator immediately down. So with the wildling here, you could go aim a few hits on the wildling if you can. That's going to be the TP over, in which we didn't get much. And we're going to try look for Persica here as well. Meanwhile, still trying to map control. So we want to go a little bit closely towards Aeroplanist, lock his Cypher machine, slow him down from decoding. But even with so on mind, if we really want to, we could potentially just sell the survivor that's on chair. Now then, usually we would want to rescue, but in this case scenario, when everyone's at max health, look, why not? Cordy doesn't have an item anyway, so let's just rotate around from the map, leave the Cypher machine prime that is as it is, and just start the last 2 as soon as we can. Now then, with both the cheerleader and the Coordinator Cypher and the Aeroplane Cypher machine locked, we would be able to see Wildling here. Wildling, if Wildling can, Wildling should try to harass. Now, this is going to be pretty hard to do, but if Wildling can, we should try. That's going to be Coordinator immediately going down. And Wildling on 80 stack is going to be a tad bit hard to harass, because you're going to have to look at the Hunter. Yeah, you're going to have to look at the Hunter, so unless you can push the Hunter away from the chair and let Cordy struggle free, I don't think that's going to be a possibility here anymore. Wildling around 10 seconds left on board time. We're rotating away as fast as we can. We're starting the bridge Cypher machine. We need Wildling to start a new Cypher machine. Complete new Cypher machine. He's safe currently, yes, but yeah, he's pretty safe. He is pretty safe. We're only missing 1 Cypher machine right now. You can get Wildling to do it. All the other survivors out there are pretty healthy. So with that in mind, I don't think you're going to be able to see more than a tie game here from Shelton's side, unless endgame ends up with somehow survivors giving away 1 free extra hit. But for Ivy, really, if you can teleport over, that'll be great. Honestly, if you can teleport over, that'll be great. But right now, we utilize the item to get out of the area from Aeroplanist. Wildling will be leached on here immediately. Even if you teleport on, it doesn't really matter because Wildling's on board. Preferably speaking, right, Wildling should get off board as soon as possible. Yep, he did get off as soon as possible, so it goes into cooldown and he can go in and get rid of the next artifact. Or stone slabs if you're a Minecraft fan. Yeah, I shouldn't say that in the actual commentaries, but you know what I mean. Anyways, with that in mind, last Cypher machine here, 96% decoding progress. We're going to be able to leech on towards Cheerleader. Cheerleader pump-onning away there. 93 stacks, they're pretty good. Cheerleader can look at the Hunter for 3 seconds, because you gain 0.2 per second. You gain 2 per second, right? So you can look at a Hunter for like Yeah, for like 3 seconds. And it'll be at 99 stock, lol. But even so, Whiting decoding that 30% Cypher Machine, and you have Cheerleader Cypher Machine there at 74% as well. It's going to be Aeroplanus who's going to make his way in, but it seems like with that in mind, 3 seconds wasn't enough for Ivy to actually get the hit there, because the Cheerleader kind of managed to get away with the last pump on there. That was honestly ridiculous. But also at the same time, Shelton was trying to multitask quite a bit there, so it did allow Cheerleader to perform dash. We are going to utilize our last jetpack here, if I'm not wrong. Oh, we got down. Oh, you can get down from that area. That's not the last jetpack, that's the second last. And even so, that's going to be Huang He there as well. On the Cheerleader side, getting rid of Sloan Stop, 75% decoding progress here on towards the Cypher Machine. And it seems like we've one more we're going to be able to utilize last one. That's going to be 53 stacks here once again. And you can't get the Scream anymore on towards the Cheerleader. But even so, we're looking for the Wilding here as well. But, you know, we do know that Max Presence has been utilized. Transference of Corruption not being able to use here once again. 24 seconds on towards the cooldown trait. And there is also the Aeroplanus nearby as well, who is trying to get rid of the artifact as much as possible. But it seems like we are going to be able to catch ourselves off guard right here, getting the vault over. Okay, with the vault over and a Windows speed boost, we are going to be able to get away, but I don't think you're going to be able to get away from this Revelation Scream. Cheerleader trying to apply pressure here as well. Cheerleader only one at max health. We have to be very careful here. That's going to be Leech. That's going to be 100% stack, and that's going to be the normal hit right there. Aeroplanus getting out of range is good, so then his stacks deplete. But preferably speaking here, Aeroplanus should try force himself to get 100 stacks at the moment that Cheerleader was hit, just so you can get out of the air as fast as possible. But okay then, we're trying to map controller as much as possible for our for our IV. But even with the shadow here, you know what's dangerous is there's also someone else downstairs. There's this Cheerleader decoding the 93% Cypher Machine. There's the Aeroplanus nearby trying to give pressure, and we should just pop here. Yeah, we should just pop here. As long as you get a tie, that's all what matters. So the pop ping here is good. We would be able to see teleport coming out soon, but Aeroplanus still does have hover, so we need to keep that in mind. Elevation doesn't work against Ivy. Elevation works really well against Ivy. So with that in mind, yes, you're going to be able to get a 30% stack, well, 40% stack right after the Scream. But it doesn't matter from the survivor's point of view, as we are going to be able to see Cheerleader running straight towards the other gate. And Whiling is somewhere. Whiling's our first stop. Okay, we're being very careful of teleportation right now. We're going to be able to get the teleport out. Okay, Whiling, all what Whiling needs to do is to open the gate. That's going to be a teleport back. Okay, so the teleportation back right now. I'm trying to map control here as much as possible. Meanwhile, we do have Cheerleader trying to run back towards the area. Yes, you can get the teleportation in soon. But for the Cheerleader right now, we're opening the gate. We're being very careful here. We need to get rid of the stone slabs. And the way to do this is... the gate is opening though. We are looking if we can teleport over or not. The Wilding will be notified towards the hunter with the crows here. Ooh la la, okay, we're gonna be able to get on board. But with the boar here, even if Ivy does teleport to you, you're gonna be able to get off pretty fast as well. So with so on mind, Cheerleader cannot be leashed anymore, but if Cheerleader can give some support here with the encourage right after, even if Ivy comes and gets to hit on towards the board, you can still at least utilize your speed boost, but it seems like it'll be a tie. Let's congratulate WBG for winning game 1. Moving on straight towards game 2. Immediately towards second half, it's going to be WBG versus MRC here, where Warp, Insolence, Detention, and seems like there's going to be 2 survivors here running Windows Speed Boost, and of course a flywheel on towards the anti-current. Everyone will be bringing power time here as well. Let's move on then. It's going to be week 3, day 2, match 3, game 2, first half of MRC versus WBG. With so much in mind right now, Alexa coming out as wanting to, well, I guess guarantee tying the first game isn't bad, especially when Embalmer is around as well. More or less with the persona traits, let's just see if Anne decided to bring Max pallet breaking here or not. We do see Anti-Current as well hiding behind the pallet near Factory too, so probably wanting to give as much support here as possible towards our Embalmer too. Now then, with everything else in mind, that's going to be the cat coming out. We most likely want to get a jump up here soon, but sadly the cat didn't bite on towards Embalmer, successfully getting back upstairs here right now when this baby is currently away. More or less Embalmer here, if he can rotate towards anti-current, that will be great, but it seems like he should be able to rotate towards the next nearest pallet as well. So with this pallet break, we most likely will be able to know, well, never mind, I was about to say we most likely will be able to know whether or not this ant has fast pallet breaking or not. We do still have warp. We can definitely just warp in here if we really need to do so. Alex is making sure of his we did manage to get a bite on towards survivor right there. That's gonna be fast pallet breaking, so it's instant attention and with fast pallet breaking, which means she either has 2 stacks of berserk or 3 stacks of no, 2 stacks of pallet breaking instead of 3 if you decide to bring berserk here. With that in mind though, it's going to be a little bit slower down. Yes, Embalmer will still go down at the end of the day, but confidence upping's 2-story, which makes things a tiny bit easier. For Alexis right now, his best course of action is to throw the cat out the moment he actually cheers, just so he can jump upstairs immediately as fast as he can as well. But it seems like this time we are going to be throwing the cat out, okay. Embalmer deciding not to self-heal just yet. I mean, I guess it kind of does make sense because, you know, he definitely could rotate away a little bit further away just to allow himself to have a little bit of a more containment area right after he self-heals. But even so, that's going to be first officer. Didn't get hit right there just yet. But, but we hit... How did that... That hit the chair, but we still got the rescue. Okay, still getting the rescue here is fine. 34 seconds until warp is ready. Anti-current will be pushing around here a little bit, but sadly the second one didn't follow up properly as well. And we are going to be seeing a hit on towards the anti-Xiaodi, running away from the Sierra as fast as he can. That's going to be another cash up just to try and get the... Ooh, the cat didn't bite. The cat didn't bite. That's a tiny bit unfortunate, but we're going to be able to jump right here. But sadly with a paralysis, we put down the pallet on the other side. Ah, okay. Wrong side of the pallet. Wrong side of the pallet once again. We fought another one of us has fought into the victim of that, eh? 4 cipher machines almost done though. 4 cipher machines definitely almost done though. Tie game here is on towards 33% it seems, and of course BPM here is going to be Alekasa, who's the highest at 148. We're going to be able to make our jumps here, and we're going to be able to make it towards Embalmer pretty fast. We're going to save warp just in case any current comes and harass the heck out of us. Now then, with cat ready in 1 second, we're going to pull the cat out first. We're going to get the cat on. We are going to be able to get warp on here as well, but with this warp on mine, that's a pushback. That's okay. That's a... okay. Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. But it's a bit hard to play around here if anti-current is still nearby. Yeah, anti still does have one thing there remaining, but we did get the stun, and that's going to be a hit dead on towards Embalmer. Anti-current shouldn't have her flute stacks just yet. It should still be around... 5 more seconds until it's ready, because like 18-second cooldown on the flutes, yeah, it wouldn't be that fast. Okay then, with that in mind, we are going to be looking for Patient right here. Patient might not actually be the best chase, but and he's at 2-story, so it's a bit hard to play against. And of course, first officer to endgame is something we have to be wary about. For now, Anna's just trying to stall out as much time as possible for warp, but even with warp here, I would say that it's kind of hard to get more, because that's a good jump and a good stun. Fast pallet breaking here would definitely help you out quite a bit. But sadly, we're not going to be able to burst the cat's nanacle. Being able to find an extra wand there for anti-current to use. I'm going to start last cipher machine at Christmas tree as well. So in this case scenario, I guess we really are just trying to buy as much time as possible. We're going to try... can Alex win this? It's going to be really hard. If Alex wants to win this, he needs to be able to get a really good successful rebound kite. Not rebound kite, get that successful camp. And like, if the camp actually works, you then have to look after Patient. But then Patient does have hooks though, so like with 10 seconds on mine and the cipher machine being so close towards the gate, it would be really hard, I'd say. It would be really hard. Unless you decide to go after Anti first. Anti's probably the better chase. But then the only issue is your cat duration. We're gonna go for the hit instead of the... We're gonna go for the hit instead. We want to look for anti-current here. If we can hit anti down. Okay, we hit anti down. That's good. We're gonna be able to pop on the Cypher machine right here. I don't think we're gonna be able to get the jump. Yeah, it's a bit too hard. You could warp, but if we warp here, then there's going to be no trim on elimination. So that's going to be a tie game. So we went after anti-current for the guarantee tie. There's also a basement nearby here as well. Just so whoever comes... Well, I mean, it's detention and with like 90 seconds left on the clock. So don't think it'll be possible anymore. Let's congratulate the tie game here for MRC Survivors. Moving straight on towards second half. We are once again going to be able to see Annie here with insolence, well, trump card detention with warp. Warp here wouldn't work too bad with trump card simply because of the fact that not a lot of people can pull distance here. But of course, Perfumer coming out once again for game 2. We want to probably try to counter the opera singer, but it seems like we won't be doing so anytime soon. It's going to be Embalmer, Gardener, and Perfumer and Widen. Yeah, they try to counter opera, but it seems like Anthem coming here instead. It will be WBG. Okay, then so. I'm repeating myself a lot recently, but Embalmer first chase. So the Embalmer first chase, rotating straight towards Moongate Triple Palace area. We most likely will be able to... Palace spamming here will be a little bit hard against Max presence. Preferably speaking, you will want to loop around a little bit. And then when the cat comes out, you know, maybe you could try loop away from the area. But with the Embalmer here, he does have Weber's Law. He's going to be able to get in between the pallets right here. That's going to be a stun, but the stun doesn't really matter because of fast pallet breaking. 30 seconds in towards the game. Very first hit, though. We have designated the Perfumer into 2-story. For Embalmer here, I'd say more or less you will be able to get him down without warp. I guess they were more or less afraid that well, you see, the thing with Perfumer is the thing with Perfumer is now that a lot of ants has realized that you can burst a cat out and then jump straight towards Perfumer, they're not too afraid of Perfumer anymore. But then usually Perfumer is still able to contain ants early game. That's 100% for sure. If you just get the perfume out and right before the cat lands on you, there's nothing that the hunter can do about it. But I'd say aside from that, right, we're going to be able to see the warp coming out. That's going to be the coffin landed right behind Shaq. But with the coffin behind Shaq, you're going to be able to get quite a bit of items right here. But it seems like Juan is trying to rotate away from this area as well. That's the stun. That's the second stun. 8-second cooldown on So, we don't have flywheel. Okay, we don't have flywheel. If we don't have flywheel, everything's fine. 3 Cypher machines are currently done and you can get Wilding to come into rescue. The only issue with Wilding coming into rescue is there's a basement and you want to be careful of Anne's paralysis because you cannot get off 4 when you have been paralyzed. So, Gardener and Perfumer are now rotating away. There's no Cypher machine near Gardener anymore, so Gardener will take a significant amount of time to find a Cypher machine. Meanwhile, for the Wilding right here, he most likely won't be going for the rescue anymore, as tie game is really all what is necessary for this game for WBG Survivor. Worst comes to worst, one-man escape is also good, so then like for game 3, that's kind of the deciding round. If we tie, we'll move on towards extra time, but if we don't, then it's just going to be between the two. Then with the Perfumer here currently trying to rotate away, we don't have, well, because of the fact that we don't have Insolence, and now Warp has been used, seems like we won't be able to get a catch up here that fast. That's going to be double pallet drop down here for Perfumer and immediate rotation away. For Perfumer right now, you can get the Perfume out. We got the paralysis. Okay, we got the paralysis. I feel like the unfortunate part was we got the paralysis on time. I feel like that was the unfortunate part. We didn't manage to pull that much distance away, and now Perfumer is at half health. We're still trying to start the last 2 Cypher machine shots. I'm trying to find a way here to break through the survivors. And with dash, with dash, it's going to be a jump and another cash on towards the Gardener. Gardner with bubble right here. 3 second would be, yeah, 3 second. Okay, we timed that. We timed that pretty well. We did time that pretty well. Okay, not bad. Not bad. It seems pretty chill right now with a 97 heart rate per minute. But even so, what I would say is, for the survivors right now, we're not starting the last Cypher machine just yet. Gardner will be going down here immediately right after. Ooh, we didn't get the stun there, but we will get a stun this time. And that's going to be 65% decoding progress on towards our wildling. Persegon on the other hand, still trying to decode that Cypher machine, but it seems like that Cypher will be locked as well by the ant who is nearby. We can't really rush that Cypher machine, but it seems like the last 3 Cypher machines are pretty close towards each other. If Perfumer gets found here, Perfumer could elbow pad in to rescue, but it seems like we're going to play around here a little bit. Okay, that's going to be an immediate hit right here, and it doesn't seem like anyone's going to be able to get the rescue here anymore. Cannot go back. You cannot go back here. If you go back here, even if you jump, you won't be able to find anyone, so there is no point. And with so on mine, Tightener is gone. So now, even if Wildling comes to rescue, Perfumer can't do much. We're starting a new Cypher machine here from the Gardner side as well. Wildling having to be a little bit careful right here as well. Wildling getting on board. But at least the good news is we got on board early. That's what I would say. At least we got on board early. So then this time, even if the cat bites him and you paralysis, I don't think you'd be able to actually get it after half. So with the Wildling right now, we're going to be able to burst the cats. 10 seconds left remaining on towards the clock right now. Wildling wouldn't be able to get the rescue before half here, sadly, and we would have to rotate away from this area. Okay, then this is going to be a win game for Xiao Teng. The Perfumer counter there was brilliant. There was brilliant. A lot of Perfumer thinks that they can actually counter the... Counter who again? Counter the... a lot of counter the Anne, but it wouldn't be that way anymore. Does seem we're going to be able to get a rescue here. Okay, that's a rescue. 2 survivors here at half health. Wildling immediate hit down, but Perfumer having nowhere else to go except for the nearest window / pallet. We do have an elbow pad remaining on our hands, but we also do have window speed boost. So with this window speed boost here, we are going to be able to rotate, but that's a double... okay, that's a brilliant elbow pad. But it seems like we will be able to get stunned here anyways, and that's immediate down for Perfumer. 51% decoding progress on towards the Gardner right now. Closing towards 60. And Wildling would be chaired here. No, he wouldn't. Wildling 88% decoding progress. Once Gardner gets chased here, Wildling can immediately rotate straight towards that 52% Cypher machine. As Gardner right now getting the bubble up here once again. We are playing this very safe. Very safe. We did get the stun right there, but it seems like the bubble... okay, wow, nice. Wow, okay. Okay, that curve might have changed the whole game. That curve might... That might have... This is a tie game. This is going to be a tie game because of that one curve. Can we jump? We couldn't jump over, sadly. And in this case scenario, if we chair Gardner, what would happen is Wildling rotates straight towards 2-story and contain and there for 60 seconds, which would be a little bit hard, but it is definitely doable. We're going to be able to drop Gardner down right here, trying to look for Hui, who is playing Wildling. Wildling will not get spotted by the cat here just yet, as we do see footprints, but the footprints are leading straight towards the inner areas of... we didn't get the cat bite, damn. Okay then, so what does this mean? This means that Hui either needs to rotate away from this area for Gardner to rotate towards her nearest Cypher machine, or yeah, we just have to pull. We need to be near one of the prime Cypher machine. Gardner probably could start crawling towards the Shack Cypher. She doesn't need to get up just yet, but as long, well, she could get up now, and then like have 2 survivors force to Anne around. But even so, 10 seconds left until teleport is ready. But with the teleportation here, it wouldn't do much against the Gardner, especially with the fact that her teleport, her bubble is ready. So with the Gardner right here, Gardner 85% decoding progress. I'm going to be able to see Gardner right here. Gardner be able to take the window there as well without window speed boost though, which is a tiny bit of an issue, but we're going to be able to rotate back straight towards the pallet, realizing that Ant doesn't really have blink right after that teleport. It seems like the cat coming out here, we are going to be able to get the next bubble, and with the next bubble here, wouldn't really do much against Gardner, as this only will be a mini stun, but I guess with that mini stun, Cypher machine seems like it is prime. We're going to be able to get the pickup here as well. Okay, Hui's 99%ed. Okay, the good news is it's 99% right now. The other good news is we did manage to cancel Tinnitus, but But if we chair Gardner here, we didn't chair Gardner. We didn't chair Gardner. Wait, we popped Gardner, trying to get away from the area, but we managed to hide behind the barrels there real quick. Gardner didn't get a hit right over the pallet, but it seems like it's still able to contain here. Anyways, we don't have a bubble here just yet, but we are going to be able to vault over that window. And with this in mind and being able to find that head on towards the Gardner, sadly we weren't able to contain any longer there. Meanwhile, Wilding on the other hand, no self-heal on Gardner, Wilding still on the run. Wilding only 20-second board time, which isn't enough here, especially against the Gardner who's going to stay on the ground for the next 160 seconds. It's just not enough. And with Anne right here as well, not being able to find a Wilding going straight towards the corner right here as well. Lon on the other hand, still trying to heal, but this is not an incident, and which only means one thing, and that is we're going to be able to get a heal pretty fast here if Wilding manages to heal the Gardner. Okay then, with that in mind, Wilding here trying to make his way towards Gardner, but it seems like Gardner realizes this as well and telling her teammates right now to not come over just yet. But it seems like Anne as well wanting to be very careful right here. We still do have teleport. We did decide to throw out our cat, and it's going to be an immediate burst down. Meanwhile, the teleportation over here immediately, Wilding realizes this as well. Still does not hear tonight. As tonight has popped open here immediately. Will Crows also pop open here, which is the main question. No, we did manage to see the footprints there, and of course Wilding being found. Oh my lord, immediately that's going to be a normal hedge. 35 seconds left on towards the clock here until the tension's over, but the Wilding wouldn't be able to survive for any longer. Let's congratulate the 4-man elimination here for MRC, moving straight on towards game 3. Let's see here. It's going to be Xiao Ceng's opera singer. Confined space detention with Blink. Survivor side, you're going to be able to see 2 TIE trainers here on towards the acrobat and of course the mercenary. We will also be able to see Persica Wish, a puppeteer here as well, just to try counter the opera singer. This will be week 3, day 2, match 3, game 3, first half of WBG versus MRC. Okay, let's see here. It's going to be Xiao Ceng looking for... We're going to be looking for Barmaid first, but Barmaid first chase might be a tiny bit hard here if you don't have war. But I guess since this is factory, there's still many dash areas here to be focused on as well. We are going to be able to see Barmaid right here. No pallet down. Okay. We didn't really even win the pallet mine game right there as well, but it's still fine at the end of the day. We did also see that the Opera decided to bring no survivors. First hit there will register as well. And that's going to be Barmaid immediate Dublin drink. You're going to be able to see Mercenary here as well with the pallet support. But even with so much pallet support here on mine, that's going to be brilliant pallet stun here on towards the Merc, allowing Barmaid here to fully heal up, meanwhile rotating straight towards Shaq. We don't have Blink here just yet, but with a Windows speed boost away, seems like it will be more than enough for us to get our second doubling here immediately from Barmaid. Didn't win the mine game, but that's going to be immediate drop down. And seems like we wouldn't go straight towards the triple pallets here, instead transitioning towards the next closest area, but it doesn't seem like here for Opera it would be a bit of an issue. Now then, there is Blink ready, so we have to be very careful of the Blink. With that in mind, that's going to be a pallet breakdown. Okay, Survivor's trying to body block here for as much as we can, but with the Blink here, it might be a tiny bit too hard against the Opera. We're trying to play it around here a little bit, walk around towards the other side. We're going to be able to Blink open, but it seems like we hit the Mercenary here instead. Mercenary utilizing the body just to stop the Opera from blinking there. If Opera stepped just a little bit closer towards the Mercenary, you definitely would have been able to hit over the Merc and get the Barmaid down, but Barmaid being able to fully heal here once again. Now the only issue lies with, yes, we finish off 2 Cypher Machines, but Barmaid still hasn't gotten that first hit just yet. That's going to be the normal hit there on towards Barmaid. And from the Barmaid's point of view, all you need to do is to rotate towards the next nearest pallet / window, in which this case scenario, another beautiful pallet stun there, done by Xiao Ceng. We did see him let out quite a bit of a sigh, but since this is Huang we're talking about, man, it's still just a little bit scary, eh? With all things into consideration, still trying to run away from our Opera. We're going to be able to get the Shadow Dance over, but it seems like we won't be able to get a hit right there. That's a very beautiful... Okay. Oh, okay, double sidestep, but it seems like you're not going to win against Opera here, especially with a fast attack recovery. Thankfully, Opera being able to get a little bit of more of a breathing room. Juan on 165 heart rate, BPM. And with that much, it really is just insane, especially with I guess it really did come in pretty close, especially with the fact that he managed to dodge 2 normal hits there and then get the vault over. But sadly, Opera is just a tiny bit too fast. With the Mercenary here as well, Mercenary just going to provide as much aid as possible to allow Barmaid to rotate away. Barmaid still doesn't have Windows speed boost here just yet, so we didn't get the body block there, but we couldn't get this one. Okay, we couldn't get this one, sadly. Now then, Barmaid still trying to rotate away. It's a double down situation here on towards the Survivor side, but it can still be a tie game. The good news is that it can still be a tie game. Meanwhile, Acrobat having Fireball right after rescue could potentially allow Barmaid here to rebound kite for a bit of time. But since Blink is going to be ready in the next 38 seconds, if we don't start the last Cypher machine sooner or later, you're not going to be able to see that from an endgame. It's going to be we're going to be walking here for Acrobat. Acrobat will be found immediately as well. That's going to be the Fireball immediately utilized. We are going to be able to dodge a Fireball there, surprisingly, and that's going to be normal hit force rescue. 45% last Cypher machine. You're trying to have someone to body block for you, but even with so much chinks in mind, we did manage to cancel the dash, but it seems like we won't be able. Oh, we did manage to get the vault over on time. Xiao Chun just wasn't close enough for that one. Okay, Mud Ball applied, 3 survivors body blocking, Acrobat going down here immediately, and it seems like Acrobat wanted to retreat from this area simply because of the fact that we missed that once again. We have Shadow Dance. Okay, Shadow Dance over, but we didn't reset the cooldown for Shadow Leap. This time though, we didn't get a hit on towards anyone. No, we got a hit on towards Merc. But if this is the case, you can't blink out anymore. Mercenary, body block, beautiful body block for Mercenary. 75% Cypher machine decoding progress right now, and Barmaid trying to run towards where Persica is right now. Ugh, the Puppeteer doing a lot of work right now. 3 Cypher machine decoded and still having the need to come in towards rescue. We most likely will be able to see a formal elimination right here, but we can find Barmaid immediately here, so we definitely would be able to see at least, and I repeat, at least a tie game. But right now, if we pop open the Cypher machine, then that simply just means that Mercy can go rescue the Acrobat. Should we have cheered Acrobat instead? I wonder. No, should we have cheered Mercy alongside with Acrobat? I wonder before coming out. Be a little bit hard to do, but we can definitely open here immediately. The Blink coming out initially as well, but sadly we just don't have dashes just yet. And with so much in mind, Barmaid rushing straight towards the next triple padded area. There's great transition here on mine. We aren't vaulting over, but we are going to go down here. And with the exit gate being opened by the Puppeteer right now, 50% exit gate decoding speed. And even with Opera here, by the time you do manage to share, it'll be around a 90% decoding progress on towards the exit gate. Let's congratulate the 3-man escape here for WBG survivors, moving straight on towards second half. It seems like Alex is going to go for Anne here once again with Trump card potential alongside with Warp, since this is a relatively small map. You're going to be able to see the Explorer here alongside with Coordinator, Acrobat, and of course the Mercenary. Double tie turner here from the Survivor side, of course double Windows speed boost. This is going to be the final match of Week 3, Day 2, Match 3, Game 3, second half of WBG versus MRC. Okay then, so Alex is going to be looking for Nanako. Nanako here might be a bit hard to go after, especially with the fact that you don't have excitement, but I guess with Warp you should be able to catch up relatively fast here as well. With the Explorer looking for pages, Alex is trying to bait the red light and be able to get the cat out right here, and it's more or less just playing Ring Around the Rosie here against the Coordinator, but it seems like the gun is able to cancel the cat, thankfully, and we're going to be able to rotate straight towards the pallet area as well. Now then, it seems like Alex actually decided not to bring fast pallet breaking, nor did he actually decide to bring what again? Bring rage, just to counter the gun a little bit, but it seems like right now you're going to be able to catch up immediately anyways, and just to get a normal hit on towards Cordy. So with the Survivors here, you're going to be able to see around 3 Cypher machines at 50%, especially with Explorer here as well, who already got a page, but it seems like we're not going to go off after Explorer here anymore, as Cordy will be the next best option. That's going to be an immediate jump here, catching up towards Cordy, and that's going to be Cordy going down. Meanwhile, Mercenary Cypher machine will be locked here forever, unless Explorer is the one that comes in to finish decoding that Cypher machine. Then we are going to be able to see Basement right here, but with the Basement here, if you want to guarantee the tie, it's going to be very hard for you to be able to do so. Double down situation is going to be very, very, very common, especially with the fact that you want Coordinator to be able to rebound kite for a little bit more. And of course, with the Explorer here as well, having 100% page, by technicality, 2.5 Cypher Machine decoding progress done here from the Survivor side. Being able to see where Merc is as well is a brilliant thing. But, gonna be bringing the cat back here as well. So with the cat coming back, can we jump towards Merc right now? We need to jump towards Merc right now and force Merc to get the cat, but it seems like right now we just want Merc to walk in towards basement instead and wanting to get that double down situation in which will slow down the progress by quite a lot from the Survivor's point of view. That's going to be a no, well, not a no damage rescue, but no attack recovery hit rescue. And it seems like we're going to be able to get another next cat towards Merc. Sadly, it just didn't bid on towards him though, but we're going to be able to get the max presence there, thankfully. So, with so and so on mind right now, Xiaodi is looking for a page nearby and deciding not to actually go after the Explorer though. That's pretty interesting to see. I would have hit Explorer there so Explorer can't do anything else anymore, or he just doesn't want to waste time. And I guess Alex is just hyper focused on the tie. Really hyper focused on the tie because that's all what he needs right now to win against MRC. Especially with the fact that MRC hasn't lost a single game here yet. If this is the case, it'll be brilliant. If this is the case, it'll honestly be brilliant. We're gonna be able to see Explorer wanting to come in right now. That's going to be Cat being brought back here initially as well. We didn't get hit on towards the Explorer there. It's a little bit unfortunate, but that's going to be a second hit there registered. 78%, we're going to be able to pop open a Cypher all right. But even with the Cypher pop open here, as long as Alex manages to land this cash and then get War Pouch, even with elbow pads here on Coordinator's hands, it doesn't really matter. We're going to be able to see the elbow pad coming up, but that's jump number 1. Are we going to be able to see jump number 2? It doesn't seem like it'll be possible to do so anymore, so we're going to be able to lock Cordy's item first. Acrobat wanting to come into body block, but it seems like right now we're going to be able to get that sidestep hit. Hold up. Okay, GG's. Okay, yeah, that should hit. That really should hit. And with a beautiful sidestep hit, it seems like it should at least be a guaranteed tie with Mercenary 1 elbow pad remaining, and of course Explorer with wanted order. Explorer 25% decoding progress on towards the page right there. We could definitely burst. We could burst. Yeah, we could just burst right here and aim for Explorer. Aye, we didn't hit Explorer. Aye. We're still looking for Explorer right now. Realize that Explorer has tie turner. It's either they pop up in the Cypher here immediately. Realize that Explorer doesn't have borrow time, or he does have borrow time right now. We're gonna be able to explode the cats. We popped. Whose idea was that, guys? Whose idea was that to pop up on the Cypher machine with the basement being nearby as well? Alex is going to be able to guarantee the tie for Disciple, and right here, that's all what he needed. Last game, his Survivors got 4-man eliminated, but if he ties this one, it's 2 wins to MRC, and the Peepers drop down. The Peepers drop down shows it all. The Peepers drop down honestly shows it all, but it seems like right now the Survivors, are they going to come in? They do want to come in, but it's really hard, especially with Peepers as well. And it seems like right now we're just going to be aiming for the tie. Okay, let's congratulate WBG on winning against MRC.